fire!
What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and we are talking Star Wars Outlaws. The embargo on reviews for Star Wars Outlaws has been lifted. Several media outlets have put their reviews out. There was a Twitter Spaces in which those media groups had certain key members speak about Star Wars Outlaws. And also certain game footage has been released of Star Wars Outlaws 2, which is what we played at the beginning of this video, and as you can tell, it's kind of a buggy mess. And by kind of, I mean absolutely to the nth degree seems to be chock filled with bugs. We're talking game-breaking, immersion-destroying bugs. In fact, here's a few more clips of the bugs that people have discovered within this game. Now, despite these horrific looking bugs, most of the media outlets have come out in support of this game and said that it was actually good. This is from our old friend Paul Tassi, who's completely not a shill and an idiot. It's entitled Star Wars Outlaws Reviews Are Here and They Are Good. At the time of writing this, he says Star Wars Outlaws currently has a 76 Metacritic score. In the good old everything is between a 6 and 10 video game scale, mid to high 70s is solid. The really great Metacritic is usually a 85 plus, however, by overall industry standards, like them or not. And 90+% you're in the Game of the Year contention. These are loose rules, and certainly games in the 70s are well liked. These are good scores and around what most of Ubisoft's recent Assassin's Creed games have gotten, if not better than some. You mean those Assassin's Creed games that was also chock filled with bugs and filled to the brim with microtransactions. You can probably see the cope is already starting to settle in. Tassi is basically saying, oh, it's getting a 70 to 77, guys. You know, C's get degrees, right? You can see the scores here. Dextro gave it an 8 out of 10. Washington Post, 7.5 out of 10. IGN, a 7 out of 10. And VGC, 6 out of 10. From the Twitter Spaces that I listened to that had a lot of these reviewers talking in them, the general feeling was that they wanted to rank this game lower, but they almost felt like they were compelled to rank it higher. They never really said what compelled them. Maybe it's the fact that it has a huge brand name attached to it. Maybe the fact that it's Ubisoft and it's a AAA game supposedly, right? But all of them in there were talking about how they gave it a 3 out of 5, 7 out of 10, etc., etc. Which for the shill corporate media to give it an average score really tells you something about how poorly this game has done. And a lot of these corporate shills have also given Wukong an 8 out of 10. And Tassi here said that Game of the Year contenders are really only 90s or above out of 10. And everybody keeps talking about how Wukong is going to be Game of the Year. So how do those two things jive? And beyond the game-breaking bugs that are involved in this game, the character models in this look absolutely horrific. It's not just K-Vess, which is obviously a broken animation of the actual person who did the mocap and facial for this character. Her herself is a beautiful woman. And of course it seems like they've taken her face, seemed to square and extended her jaw, completely crooked her nose, and in each shot of her animated character's face, she looks worse and worse. But it's not just her, like I said. These characters have the same soulless dead fish eye problem that things like Mass Effect Andromeda had.
He wouldn't, but he told me you could mod my speeder.
Yeah, of course. I've got every part you could want. I mean, mag fins, aftermarket sensors, booster coils.
How about a hydro repulsor?
Oh,
just said every part I could want.
In fact, this game feels like a Mass Effect Andromeda, but with a Star Wars skin on it. Something that's completely out of its element, doesn't feel like anything to do with the content that it's supposed to be related to, and is completely too big and ambitious for the actual development power that was put into it. Now, will this game still sell? Probably. It does, again, have a big IP name attached to it. Star Wars content in the past in terms of video games has actually done really well. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor have definitely bought this game a lot of goodwill. And quite honestly, I think the only thing this game might do is actually hurt the third installment of that series' sales. Because after what audiences are going to witness playing this game, people are going to be very hesitant to touch Star Wars video games, just as they've become very hesitant to have anything to do with Star Wars in movie or TV franchises. But that's just my opinion on the latest reviews and video clips that are coming out of Star Wars Outlaws. If you have your own opinions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you listening to all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.